All right, guys, here we are, the final athlete challenge for Athlete Xero. I told you it would be tough. We made it tough for a reason, because this is where we separate the guys that were serious and the guys that weren't. Xero Dark 13. It's time to get a little bit dark here with Athlete X. Now, how do we do this challenge? Well, let me set it up first for you. Most often, think about this, when you train, most often you save the hardest exercises for when you're most fresh. It just makes sense, right? You feel strong, you want to be strong, you want to be able to show your strength and feel strong when you're doing those exercises, and that makes sense. But think about the flip side of the coin. When you're in competition, if you're an athlete, oftentimes we don't get to choose when we want to be powerful. It's sort of power on demand, and we need to be powerful when we need to be. Example of that could be football player. You know, guy breaks, he's headed for a touchdown, down the sideline, you're a defensive back, you got to cross the entire field. By the time you get to him, you have to make that touchdown-saving, game-saving tackle. You have to be explosive enough to get across, jump, get his ankles, whatever, drive him down, but you're already fatigued from sprinting 70 yards. Or the baseball player who needs to get into the alley and sprint down a ball that's going into the gap that could lose the game for your team, and at the very last moment still find the ability to generate power to dive and catch the ball. So we don't generally get to choose when we want to be powerful, and a lot of times, most often, power follows fatigue. So we want to recreate that here in this challenge. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to present to you an exercise that taxes a certain muscle group, and then give you a dark version of that exercise, or a dark version that is much harder, that you have to complete as well, sort of the power part, okay? So the fatiguing part and the power part. For this, we're going to start with our 30 cross-knee push-ups. So in order to do this, you come down here, every rep is both sides here on this. So basically you drive 1, 2, 3. We keep going until we have 30 of them done. As soon as we have 30 done, we then go into a dark version of that, which would be a Spider-Man plyo push-up. An obvious step up in the intensity of the exercise, an obvious step up in the explosiveness of the exercise. So how do we do that? Come down here, got the leg up, explode up and down. Okay? All 4 hands and feet off the ground. Next up, we want to get in here and try to work our triceps. So what we're going to do is a light and a dark version of our tricep exercises. So for us, it's the Cobra push-up, 30 of them. Now, a note on time. Remember, your challenge here, you're going to be scored on how quickly you can complete this challenge. So what's the rest here? I mean, technically your rest should be kept to a minimum, because every time you rest, you're holding yourself back in terms of acquiring the best time possible. So you rest as needed, and first and foremost, you always want to have good quality reps. So if rest means keeping your reps up to high quality and standards, then by all means rest. But in terms of how quickly you want to do this, you want to make sure you continue to move. So our Cobra push-ups, we're going to get in here, slide through and up. You guys should know these by now. Take 30 of them. And then from here, we move into our power plank up. So again, forearms on the ground. We're basically extending here through our arms for our triceps. So here, up, explode, and walk it down. Up, explode, walk it down. Up, explode, and walk it down. So 13 dark plyo push-up, or power push-up, plank ups. Next, we move into our back. We've got 30 reverse elbow push-ups. So again, down through here, upper back up, lift your butt up, and lift through your knees. Drive those elbows down. Okay? All the way up for 30. When we're done, turn right around, 13 dark, the thumbs up push-up. Something you should be familiar with again by now, but they're no less easy, that's for sure. And if they are easy, then widen them out. Get them hard. Keep them hard. So out here, up, and down, up, and down. Remember, focus on wrapping around the shoulder blades, letting them travel. Next, we stand up to work on our legs. We got 30 alternating single leg heel touch squats. So we come down here, we touch the right heel, come up, touch the left heel for 30, and we're gonna go into our ninja squats with tuck jump. So it's gonna look like this. Down, touch, come up, other leg, down, touch, come up. Down, touch, come up, down, touch, and come up. All the way through for 30. The ninja squat, tuck jump. Right here, you can sit back on your heels, pop up, tuck jump, walk down, up, tuck jump. Okay? All the way through, but you're not done yet. You got one last killer portion here before you can call this one quits and before you can call yourself a graduate of Athlete Zero. We do 30 regular burpees. Nothing special here, just to tire you out. Again, we want to get you in that state of fatigue, then you got to be explosive. So regular burpee, down, chest to the ground, hop up. Down, chest to the ground, and hop up. And then we move into our skier, or our single leg skier burpees. So when you come over here, we all know the skier exercise, side to side. Well, now you post up on that one leg, you gotta go right down into a single leg burpee. So it looks like this, 13 of these guys. Over, down, single leg. Over, down. Notice this leg doesn't touch the ground. So if I jump over, this one stays up, I go down, burpee, and up, but this one's staying up the entire time. Back and forth, 13 of those dark versions of our burpees. Remember guys, this is a test of wills, but it's a test of time. How quickly can you get through all of those, keeping good form as always, but doing it as quickly as possible. Congratulations, I'm gonna give it to you ahead of time. I know you're gonna get through this. And I offer you again congratulations, even if you're not all that happy with your time, because making it all the way from that very first workout just 6 weeks ago until now required much more than strength, much more than agility and stamina and athleticism. It required guts. And for you guys who completed this, by all means, I see you as a graduate, and I say, move on to Athlete X training camp if you've got access to a gym. Again, you don't need much for that program either. We're talking bare minimum there. Pull up a bench or something to lay on, some dumbbells and a resistance band. If you've got that, or if you can pull that together, then I say absolutely progress to Athlete X training camp. If not, there's nothing wrong with repeating the Athlete Zero program, and wherever I built in those abilities for you to push yourself even harder, then by all means, do that. And again, very, very important guys, rest and recovery. Rest, you better be sleeping 7-8 hours a night, make it consistent. Recovery, make sure your nutrition is spot on. And if you haven't already guys, if you're taking supplements right now and you're looking for those to take you to that next level, then by all means, Athlete RX. Over a year of hard work and dedication went into creating what I think is the premium, the best in sports nutrition and science. What better time than now to complement all your hard work. I see you guys again in AX1 or back here again in Athlete Zero. Congratulations.